I don't think the science is as tightly coupled to global average temperature as you would think from listening to the media and the political activism. When I look for a metric of how close are we to death, how big is the risk, I would say the global average temperature is very low on the list of variables I would worry about. When I look at some of the most recent stuff where we're getting close to the real extinction events, two variables which really hit me are what is the state of the Humboldt current and what is the state of the Gulf Stream?
Right
That's
on.
not even on anybody's radar screen right now.
Right on.
Well, and the Gulf Stream, I have to confess, for about 10 years, I underestimated the importance of this Gulf Stream problem until a beautiful woman in Toronto, an old beautiful woman in Toronto, Meta Spencer, did a podcast where she brought together some of the key scientists in this. And the bottom line is that the Gulf Stream is like three issues in one, about to hit us like a roaring freight train. And it's like we're not even paying attention to it because we're looking at the wrong variables.
Right, measuring the wrong thing.
Do you see it down at the bottom? I am with you on that completely, right? So, I mean, see, the Gulf Stream is down there in the bottom left, right? And then you look at all the other, look at the Amazon that's moving, I mean, et cetera, right? So that's...
And that's the sucker punch, right?
So it's three issues in once. When you say it's three issues in once, what are the three issues in the Gulf Stream?
I am so happy when somebody asks a question that intelligent. Okay, we all should do that, but not everybody does. Those are good questions. What are these three things? What people know about the most is the way Greenland was melting, the fresh water was blocking the Gulf Stream, and there were academic articles that dominated the serious intellectual efforts. But it turns out the Gulf Stream is not just about salinity. It's not just fresh water. It's also about temperature. So the bigger issue that people have not paid enough attention to is how do the changes in the surface temperature of the Arctic and North Atlantic change the warming Gulf Stream? And the bottom line is, if the surface temperatures keep rising at the rate they're doing now, some people say like in 10 years, Britain's going to freeze over, and France. In Iceland.
So therefore temperature is a major. You're saying temperature is not the major. You're saying temperature is the major.
It's a specific measure, the temperature of the surface water at a given level of salinity in the North Atlantic and the Arctic. And the important issue is not will the world boil over. The issue is will the surface temperature be high enough in those oceans to cut off that current so as to freeze. So it's not a heating problem in practice for the people in England and France and Iceland. The problem in Iceland is what they've talked about for centuries, Fimbulvinter, right?
So Paul, is this a thing where the current's still going to continue, but it's going to be below the thermocline, and the top layer of water is going to insulate the world from the circulating current?
I have to be careful with words.
Yeah.
That kind of vaguely sounds like it fits, but the bottom line is the total current, the total thermal hailing current is less if you have less of a driver. So that what that means is the warming currents at the surface decline, but also your deep currents that bring oxygen decline. And that's the third problem. I said there are three problems.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's actually a talk. Yeah. Paul, that might be a talk that we might actually have in November or December. That's would be a fantastic subject that we can actually talk about and share it with relevant people so that we make people aware.